Hi, Andrew Bell with you. Now, I think anyone who's been on the Gold Coast for any length of time can truly feel that we've now become an incredibly vibrant city. The latest figures show that the Gold Coast economy is growing faster than any of the nation's capitals. Who would have thought that just 5 years ago? At a recent economic health check breakfast, the CEO of the Gold Coast City Council presented a series of fascinating statistics. He revealed that the Gold Coast gross regional product increased by 15.1% between 2021 and 2024, outstripping all of Australia's capital cities. The closest behind the Gold Coast was Canberra, and by comparison, the city of Sydney recorded growth at just 7.3% over that same period. Mr. Baker, who is the CEO, said the Gold Coast's increasingly diversified economy means tourism is no longer amongst the top 5 economic drivers, now trailing behind sectors such as construction, health and education. That's a significant shift from where we were, considering that it used to be that tourism was what we're almost totally dependent on. Moving away from the reliance on a single primary sector has created a far more balanced economy and moved us away from those boom and bust cycles of the past. We now have a much more sustainable foundation for long-term growth. Construction alone injects about $4.5 billion annually into the local economy, and now the city's largest economic driver. Now that's closely followed by health and knowledge industries, which contribute $4.3 billion annually. This broader economic strength and stability are clearly impacting on our real estate market. Last year, the average house price on the Gold Coast jumped by $149,000 to $1,397,000. Units are now just 47,000 short of the 1 million mark. Now remember, we're talking about average prices here. According to PropTrack Home Price Index, now that was just recently released, the Gold Coast has cemented its position as Australia's second most expensive property market, with the median overall dwelling price, that's combining house and units, hitting the 1.15 million mark. That certainly demonstrates how, over the past 5 years, we've evolved from being viewed as a regional area into a major city. To put in some perspective, the Gold Coast average dwelling price of 1.15 million compares with Sydney at approximately 1,230,000. Now, this is going to be really interesting to see how long, if at all, we take to close that gap. A new analysis drawing on data from CoreLogic and Finder.com.au and the Reserve Bank shows Australian households now need $10,000 per month, about $120,000 a year, in gross income to live comfortably in most affordable suburbs of our capital cities. To be considered well off in those same areas, households need close to $15,000 per month or $180,000 per year in gross income. Now, a bit more perspective, in more expensive suburbs such as Bellevue Hill in Sydney or Toorak in Melbourne, you need anywhere up to about $95,000 per month to live comfortably. Comfortable in this context means after paying for the essential living costs, you still have about 30% of your income remaining. So all of this suggests that the real estate market is facing some interesting times ahead. Rising living costs will inevitably push some buyers out of the market altogether. Others may need to adjust their expectation and consider suburbs or areas they hadn't previously contemplated in order to secure a home. The ongoing cost of living pressures also reduce the amount households have available to meet loan repayments, which in turn reduces their borrowing capacity. Higher interest rates further limited what a buyer can afford to compared to what they could have borrowed prior to the recent interest rate increases. All of this tells me the brakes are on for significant price growth, at least until incomes rise further, cost of living pressures ease, and interest rates also reduce. When that will all occur remains to be seen. Now, on another note, we're selling very quickly the tickets for the upcoming Ray White Bell Group Business Meet Sports Lunch. We'll be hosting a fireside chat with former Prime Minister John Howard, offering an in-depth look at his life's journey and his views on so many topics highly relevant today. As Australia's second longest serving Prime Minister, he's widely credited with shaping our nation in many, many ways. It promises to be a fascinating conversation. We'll also feature the newly shaped Titans with Matty John and other co-owners sharing insights into their journey and vision. There'll be no shortage of perspective and inspiration. It's set to be a terrific afternoon. Whether you're attending on your own, or you're coming with friends, or taking a table for clients or prospective clients, I encourage you to book today before we reach capacity. Booking details are on screen. Well, that's it for this fortnight. Be back here in 2 weeks' time.